Welcome back to Orange Hat Reviews, everyone. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. So, it is another guest choice review. I got with me Pierre from Skyhound28. How you doing?
Doing good yourself, man?
Doing good. And a last minute addition, Jet Sparks. How you doing?
Hello, how are you?
So this one has been in planning for a while. We've just been trying to get the dang time straight. Plus, access to the movie has been sparse. There is no digital streaming service that I have or digital library that has the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie. So I looked up on YouTube and I found that there's a free version of it, and I'm like, well, okay, there you go. So finally was able to find it, watch it today, and yeah, it's Morphin time. Now, before we get started, make sure that everybody smashes the like button. If I have, or Jet Sparks and Pierre, if you guys can put your socials in the private chat, I can share them as the stream goes on. Also, folks, be sure to smash the like button. Share the stream out. Let people know what we're talking about. Pretty sure there's a lot of Power Rangers fans out there that might want to relive a bit of its nostalgia. We will not be playing clips, unfortunately, because clips will get us pulled. I just learned that I just remembered that this is a Fox or 20th Century Fox, and we all know that 20th Century Fox is owned by Disney now, and they are extremely, extremely jealous of their products, especially products they didn't make. So this movie or this stream will be copyright strict if we play any clips. So unfortunately, we can't play any clips. But if we do, like if we show pictures and share screenshots, we can do that. There's no harm in that. That does fall under fair use. Technically, if we play clips, that also does fall under fair use. However, they are sticklers about that. And right now I haven't been hit or struck on my channel yet. So I don't want to risk the wrath incurred by anybody. So I play it safe. Nothing wrong with that, in my opinion. So let's also, all right. Now, hold on. I got my mods in the chat. Got Jack of All Casuals. Thank you. Now, Jack of All Casuals, if we do get any of those crazy assholes in the chat, let me handle them. I will ban them outright. I can remove them from the channel. Because, folks, I am currently being harassed online. Not just on YouTube, but on Twitter as well. It seems that a false accuser of my past has decided to harass me now that they can no longer be penalized from a two-sided protection order. So, there's some complicated stuff there. But if you really want to know about it, there's a video called Time for a Serious Discussion on my channel. I encourage you to look it up if you want to know the full story to that. But right now, we're going to be discussing the Power Rangers film from 1995, starring the great Jason David Frank. May he rest in peace. I'm still not over that, to be completely honest. It's like, I'm not believing it. I'm not believing it. I refuse to believe in it. When he passed, like I said, I was in denial for the whole freaking day until I did my video. And it's like, I refuse to acknowledge that this dude is dead. But yeah, so hold on one moment.
Speaking of which, to the late Jason D. Frank, I know that there's a lot that managed to, speak with the guy and, interact with him face to face. But in terms of memory for my case, the only two times that I remember was one, I used to actually do one of those cameo orders. So I got one from him, from Jason David Frank. And then the second time while he was promoting The Legend of the White Dragon, which was his greatest project,
Mm-hmm.
on New Year's Day, he actually did a live stream on the account. And luckily, let me just try to do a little presentation here. Just wanted to share screen. Give me a second. I know it's a little bit small, but give it a little bit.
Well, I'll put it up as soon as I see it.
Anyway, one of these pictures. Yeah, this right here. This was actually a selfie that I did with him, and he digitally signed it.
I can't see it in the background, so I can't put it up. Got to do the present, share, or then share screen on the bottom. That'll do it, or that should get you or allow it to be shared.
Okay. Oh, got it.
There we go. So, oh, that is awesome.
It is.
But yeah, that was during the New Year's Day a couple of years ago, and I just got lucky enough to log in, and we had a quick chat and had that selfie.
Nice.
That is pretty cool.
It is.
That is pretty cool. All right. And so let's get into let's get into the movie
We're good.
and whatnot. We had the kind of like a Star Wars crawl with Dulcia's character,
Yep.
given a little bit of background on the Power Rangers and how how Zordon arrived 2,000 years ago. So it's like, okay, yeah, that works. And
No, I thought it was like 6 now. Like the whole thing with like the character.
yeah,
with, like, the
Ivan
main
Ooze
villain
talks
having-
about 6,000 years ago, but she says it's 2,000 years ago. It's like,
Well, I know. I think it's
the-
because she says in general centuries ago, so it's not exactly
oh yeah,
scale. And
That might
it
be
was
it,
centuries
yeah.
ago, correct?
yeah, and once
Yeah.
again, we don't really exactly know because again, I mean, we don't really know the generalization because again, this movie is not canon to the show itself.
no, it isn't.
In
They
fact,
actually covered all of it
It's
in
an alternate universe.
yes.
although it's bigger budget and better presented. I will give it that
Yeah,
much.
and not to mention they actually filmed this movie in tandem with the show. they had to double duty with it while filming the
Yeah.
episodes of season 3 as
Yes.
well as
They
Yeah.
divide time. They divide time of doing the film with the TV show. So, see, like you said, Jet, seasons 2 and 3, it was taking elements from there. Specifically, the White Ranger or Kiba Ranger in Japan is from Dai Ranger. The whole
Yes.
ninja aspect was taken from Kaku Ranger, which
Kaku
is
Ranger.
the season after that.
yes. Yeah, but they
Interesting.
didn't. Yeah, but they didn't start. Yeah, but I mean, like, Mighty Morphin Alien Rangers was like a test run for them using different suits and footage for later seasons. So that was like a test run for it. And then they said, yeah, let's just reset it every year. New cast.
Those were the
new
Aqua
story.
Rangers, right?
Yeah, the Aquitian Rangers from Aquatar. Yeah.
The Rangers of Aquatar.
Yes.
Yeah. That was, or that, I'm like, interesting concept when they went there. So the beginning of the movie goes from the nice little centuries ago bit to the skydiving competition. And I gotta say, Jason David Frank on a freaking snowboard skydiving, that was pretty cool.
I mean, yeah, the Rangers were being
The one thing I will admit,
Yeah. Now,
the one thing that was that kind of caught me a surprise though is regarding that skydiving scene. I do remember that
nice.
on one of your recent streams, Orange Hat, I did uh, Ashley, but actually, this was from two. I got to meet these, including Jolie, and Karen explained to me when I was discussing some elements about the film that regarding the skydiving sequence, that it sounds like they didn't actually do skydiving per se, but it was mostly green screen, and it didn't occur to me till later that as you're looking at them, performing in the sky, that there's something behind there, but it looks static. If you think about it, that's kind of how green screen works.
Yeah. Because again, yeah, no, some of the I know again, green screen effects, again, that's always a hit or miss thing, but yeah.
that one, watching it recently,
Mhm.
yeah, you definitely noticed there was a green screen when they all came together.
Yep.
And it's like,
Mhm.
as I further watch this film, or especially in the climax, which we'll get to later on, you realize that this film's CGI level is what's now known as storyboard level CGI.
Yes, it is. In
It
fact,
really is.
yeah, but again, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
I'll say my
Yeah,
comment when we get to the
that's
climax.
But when we
basically
get
how they
there,
did that
yeah.
one.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, or
The
we got
funny
a
thing with
question from
CGI though is that they
Go ahead.
used a little bit from like not just the ending, but also a little bit with Ivan Ooze.
Mm-hmm. All right,
They
Ivan
did a little
Ooze's
bit also with
CGI
Ivan
was
Ooze as
pretty
well in
good.
terms of CGI, but the funny thing is that they kind of had to cut in between, like when they were revealing him later on. But I'll get to that later. The way how they animated, I think, for its time, I think was actually pretty good.
Okay, Neozoic, to answer your question, again, this was right in the middle of when, of when their actors, Austin St. John, Walter Jones, and Tui Trang, that's when they left the show because of the pay dispute. And of course, and again, like even like Steve Cardenas, Karen Ashley, and Johnny Young Bosch all sort of like, they kind of just like came to this midway saying, "Oh yeah, we're gonna be filming a movie." As soon as they came in and said, "Oh, we're gonna be filming a movie" and whatnot. So, I mean, sure, I think they could have, they might have used them, but again, it would have been confusing. And like, you see the show and you see like, wait, who are these new guys? Like, who are they? Are they supposed to be like the same character, but they just like change their actors?
Yeah,
It's like it wouldn't make a lot of sense. I mean, you have to
I mean, to be fair, for some fans, it's like, if you think about it, those that actually grew up watching the original six, like for most of us, that's like what we knew. But then when those three decided to leave, and then you had these newcomers come in, I think for ones like myself, I kind of knew that once this change started, I was like, okay, we're dealing with a slightly new cast with some veterans, but I think like it's a nice addition. But for those that want to, it's like quit watching it, that's their choice, and that's for them.
and another thing that I noticed when I was watching the original Power Rangers, even when I was a kid watching the original, when the first three, or when Jason, Trini, and Zach were disappearing, when they were being replaced, there were certain episodes where they were not shot in, or where their voices were totally different and you couldn't see their faces speaking.
Yeah, or they had to use stand-ins for them.
Yeah. And it's like, that's weird. Back then, I didn't know the specifics behind the scenes and whatnot.
Yeah, exactly. Or the actor. Yeah, because the actors they had to make actor. They had to use either archive footage also, or act, or they had to use or they had to make some voiceover actors and have them at least try to emulate their voices at least, which didn't really look right
or sound right either.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
one that did Jason sounded a little bit too more buffish or brookish, and the one who played Trini, she was more. She didn't, or she couldn't mimic an Asian accent. The slight Asian, the slight accent that Tui Trang had.
Yeah, and to answer the second part of the question, again, they already established the White Ranger even before Zach Trini and Jason left.
Yep.
Yeah, they already well established the White Ranger already. So yeah, they weren't going to use the thing. And again, we already know and of course we already know in the show that the Green Ranger's powers were zapped by Lord Zed and Rita. They were zapped twice, and they had to reinfuse them again later. And then again, Lord Zed finally zapped the power out of him for good. It's crazy. Yeah. I mean, both the Green Candle and the Green No More two-parter were probably the most compelling arcs for the Green Ranger and for Tommy. That was the first step in his struggles of being a Ranger. But he really sort of fully came into his own and effectively became the leader of the team when he donned the White Ranger suit.
I do like that Kimberly fainted when he started taking off his helmet.
Yeah,
that was funny.
Yeah, but still, it's kind of that really, really kind of crazy thing. But I know also they did kind of set the arc up, Rocky, Adam, and Aisha were pretty much set up, and were set up before Jason Zach, and Trini left. They were already set up and established, and they already started hanging around the other three, around Billy, Kim, and Tommy.
Yep.
And it was known as the episode was called the Ninja Encounter, and of course we also have and they were also from the neighboring city Stone Canyon, which I don't think we've ever got a Power Ranger season that's actually set there. It's been mentioned multiple times throughout the show, but they never had a season where it was set there.
Because the town was basically seen as a rival to Angel Grove.
Yeah. So, I mean, it would make a lot more sense. I mean, yeah, we all know about production problems. I know they always filmed a lot of things, from the original Mighty Morphin up to Wild Force, they always filmed it around LA and other places in California. But wouldn't it be interesting if Stone Canyon was like a desert town or something, out in the middle of the desert somewhere? It would have made a lot
kind of
sense.
make it look like the name that it sounds like.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, every season. Yeah, every season of Power Rangers always had the episode near the coast, and they're all set in they're all seemingly set in California, Turtle Cove, huh? Turtle Cove.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. All right. With all of the monsters that have attacked the United States because of the Power Rangers and all that stuff, you'd think that people this is something that I always wondered as an adult after the Power Rangers kind of disappeared from my life for a bit. Why didn't the U.S. military ever try to step in to fight all these monsters that kept on appearing and trying to destroy one city?
Who knows? But again, they say against the military and say, "Oh no, us fighting those things, that's way above our pay grade. We don't have giant robots. We don't have giant robots to fight them." But again, it shows up later on in the series, like we see with series the first when we get to Lost Galaxy. Well, no, that was sort of a mystical thing. They were the whole space colony of Terra Venture kind of again, probably made people theorize it may have just been reverse engineered technology from the Dark Fortress from in space.
Yeah.
And of course, again, we see with Lightspeed having the ability, and Hartford Industries being able, they're privately owned, or at least have some government funding, that somehow they must have used reverse engineered Ranger tech to make their own Zords and whatnot. So that's the theory that most people have speculated. So the government are fully aware of who the Power Rangers are, and some have actually tried to replicate their technology. The only ones who have been successful were Hartford Industries and Lightspeed through a lot of, like, I'm pretty sure Captain Mitchell had to go through a whole bunch of like bureaucracy and backroom politics in order to get all the funding he needed to build the Aqua Base and whatnot, and especially based on his own encounter with demons like Diabolico.
Yeah. So let's get back into the movie. So they win the competition of the skydiving competition, and then we get a nice little cute roller skating derby.
And of course we all the stereotypical stuff we see with Bulk and Skull as well.
Bulk and Skull, they want to jump off, or you guys better go. We're running out of fuel. Freaking Skull puts on his helmet, but he never latches it. How the hell did that thing stay on? It's like
as they're falling, and I'm thinking in the back of my head, like, how did, like, what did they put on those things to make it stick?
I know, right? Yeah. It's like, and did you glue that little
from the plane?
Yeah, the military probably learned about Japanese army and learned to fight Godzilla.
Yeah.
But like I said, though, I mean, in one later season of Power Rangers, we kind of understand why the villains never attack another city on the planet anywhere else on the planet. So why doesn't so it always made you wonder, why didn't Rita or Zed ever attack Tokyo or Paris or New York or something?
Or freaking go to San Francisco or Los Angeles. Nope, gotta attack Angel Grove.
well, I mean, it made sense because that's where the Power Rangers live. I mean, that makes a lot of sense.
True.
And I mean, in the story I created,
for a narrow villainous focus.
yeah, for a very narrow, for that sort of reason. But at least in RPM, it actually makes sense of why the villains were only attacking one city, because there really was nowhere else left. They had taken over and destroyed everything else on the planet. Everything else is gone. If not millions, if not billions of people are dead. So again, RPM was dark, but back to Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. So yeah, Bulk and Skull jump, skydive,
and they land.
The Ranger,
they land in a freaking construction site.
Yes, and of course, it's also happening as the Rangers are also flying right through
people
there.
On that construction under the egg of Ivan.
Yeah, and it's like, we found something up here. And you see this demonic-looking figure on the cover of the dang thing. What would possess these people to open something like this?
Yeah, it's like, hey, here's a bright idea. Why don't we call an archaeological? Why don't we call it an archaeological society, or the city? And because I mean, we just stumbled upon some sort of ancient burial ground. Don't you think we should try to leave this thing alone and let someone else with some actual experience try to figure out what this is?
Now, not only that, it looks evil. It looks evil. It's like, okay, so then they open it up and out pops the 3-fingered egg thing. And I'm like, of course, one of these idiots is going to touch it.
And it's kind of left up in the air that that if he just got extremely shocked, or if he actually got killed by the thing. I mean, I know
he was breathing.
Okay, so yeah, he's okay.
They couldn't. It's a Power Ranger movie. You can't kill people.
Well, I know they replaced the word with kill. They replaced kill
as a result of that.
Yeah. Go ahead.
They replaced kill with destroy. Yeah.
But yeah, eventually that energy surge was enough to cause Alpha to literally get in touch with the Rangers.
Yeah.
Which then leads them to going into the command center, Alpha in panic, and they're wondering what the heck is going on. And Alpha tells them a massive surge of evil energy has overloaded our sensors.
By the way, folks,
Zordon goes on to explain, that they need to be ready.
Yeah. By the way, folks, the command center is actually a place in California. It's a science center, I believe.
Yes, isn't it supposed to be like a science center or like a Jewish church or some kind?
It was a Jewish church in the not a Jewish church. It was a visualized church in the Mentalist. It was used in the show The Mentalist, and in real life, I think it's a science center.
I see.
Something along those lines, yeah. And the thing is,
Yeah.
though, for those that actually managed to go to Power Morphicon, I myself did last summer. Those that went with the whole the gold experience as well as the VIP stuff, they take you on one of those days though to the different locations where they filmed, from like the alleyway that was used in MMPR to, and then there was like one of the, I think it was a university where they used a part of it. It was actually a pyramid that was used for KO-35 and in space. The final stop, of course, is obviously that building that was used for the command center.
Nice. And so Ivan Ooze is basically, you can't let Ooze escape, otherwise the whole universe is going to be in danger. That's basically how it is.
And not to mention
Power Rangers. So it's like, well, of course they're going to have to deal with this guy. So then we get to the background on Ivan Ooze, and then
the construction site.
Yeah, to the construction site at night. So I mean, it was broad daylight when the Rangers went to the command center, and now it's like at nighttime.
So yeah, pretty much those. That's when Zed, Rita, Golar, and Mordant come in.
Yeah, a character that was only
Rita's kind of like
exclusive.
Like, why did you take us all the way out here?
Yeah, he's only that Morden guy. Yeah, he was only exclusive to the movie. Yeah, it was only exclusive to the film.
I'm back. Sorry about that. Weak internet.
And Rita's pretty much asking. That's right.
But yeah, anyway, she's like, we came.
Asking Zed, why do I care about some stupid egg? And then Zed's like, no, this is no ordinary egg.
Yeah.
Well, I say we got hard boiled the thing.
Egg. Yeah. Where the fuck did this pig guy come from?
I have no idea. I mean, I don't know what the heck he was there, but he was only in the movie, and heck, he just sort of just like disappears, like near the after that scene.
No, he's all throughout the movie. It's just
but
he was in nothing else in the history of Power Rangers.
Yes, exactly. He's only exclusive to the movie.
That's true.
It's like, did Rita turn him or make him one of the, or is he one of those clay dudes that Rita made from what's his name?
Fenster? I don't know, but Fencer's not even, Fencer doesn't even show up. And Squat and Babu are nowhere to be found either.
I know, I miss those two little shits.
Mm-hmm. True.
Yes.
At least Goldar's consistent.
Somewhat, yeah.
At least that's true.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the only actor, but I don't know. I don't think they even got like.
Yeah.
I know they didn't get Barbara Goodson or Robert Axelrod to voice them in the movie because I know they were already working on doing stuff for the show as it is.
Correction, Jet. They actually did voice those characters in the film.
Oh, really?
So basically, you get Kerrigan Menahan, who does Goldar. Yeah. Did voice.
Yeah, well, at least because at least Kerrigan Menahan actually sounded like himself.
Same case with Zed, but Robert Axelrod did voice the character. So all three of them were still in the film doing the voices. I think you're just thinking that the physical aspect of it, because you had different actors doing those parts.
Yeah, that thing's where I'm seeing it here. But also, it's kind of ironic that Goldar's voice actor didn't come back for Beast Wars when he played Goldar Maximus. They just got a very generic, gravelly voice actor.
That was a shit.
Yeah,
that was a shame. That would have been fun.
Yeah, nice callback. And again,
anyways,
you can still do the
voice to crack the egg open.
Yeah.
But yeah, Zed, so anyway, Zed eventually opens up the egg, and then Rita's like, "You waited 2,000 years for a tub of snot." And
like,
patience.
Yeah, my sister
loved that line. Gets out.
And dude, I can't. Which of the actors played him?
Paul Freeman.
Yeah.
Renee
Paul
Bollock.
Freeman.
Yep. Paul
Yeah.
Freeman plays. Guys, as cringy as some of the dialogue is in this movie, Paul Freeman just kills it as an actor.
Yeah,
he kills it as a villain. I absolutely love
he's
how he
hamming it up.
freaking does it.
I mean, again, you guys remember this is Renee Bollock we're talking about. The same guy who played Renee Bollock in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Mhm.
So it's perfect.
Okay, Orange, another question. Do you wish that the movie had been darker or mature? I'm not saying the movie should have blood, F-bombs, nudity, or I'm just curious. They tried that in 2017.
Yeah.
They darker, more mature. And honestly, to be completely honest, I thought that movie was decent for what it was trying to do. It didn't pan out that well, but I thought it was good for what they were trying to do.
Yeah, at least. I mean, it would have made a lot more sense. They gave us another method, or heck, they could have just went with an entire. They shouldn't have just reused the entire Mighty Morphin thing. They could have just went with their own original idea, their own concept, stories, and monsters and characters. They could have just instead of just reusing the same characters from. Because again, I know most people only remember the original Mighty Morphin, but come on, guys, you could come up with your own stuff.
Oh my god! Hard. Oh my god! Silly headcanon, Renee Belloc from Raiders of the Lost Ark, when he dies from the Ark, he is reborn as Ivan Ooze. Get it? Because both characters were played by Paul Freeman. I mean, if he wasn't over 10,000 years old or whatever, it would work. It would work. But
yes, it would. It would have. It would have worked. That's perfect. That is
what is that odious stench? Smells like teenagers. And I love how
so angst acts body spray, huh?
Yeah, it's like you're too. She's like, ew, gross. You're too kind. Allow me to introduce myself. I am the galactically feared, universally despised, and
galactically feared, globally reviled, universally despised.
Yeah, that one. They call me Ivan Ooze. And I just love it. He's playing it up, and then he's like, they call me Ivan Ooze. And she calls him Mr. Raisinhead. It's like Kimberly comes up with the weirdest shit, man. Amy Jo Johnson, as much as Amy Jo Johnson, as much as I had a crush on you when I was a kid. I mean, anybody would have a crush on her even now. But you had the worst freaking lines. They gave you some of the worst lines. I'm sorry.
Well, again, I mean, Kimberly's supposed to be she was supposed to be like the valley girl.
Yeah.
Kind of botting on us there, man.
Yep, you're kind of botting on us, Pierre.
Hi. Did any of you guys used to collect any of those trading cards they used to have back in the day?
I had the action figures with the flip heads.
I didn't really. I think I remember
recently.
No, go ahead. Sorry, I interrupted you.
Anyway, I recently got from Eddie from somebody to have it, but I got this one though some time ago, and
Oh, nice.
This was like one of those promos they had.
Whoa, cool. Awesome.
That is awesome. Put that back up there.
Whoever has that was perfect condition right there.
Yeah. Timing.
Yeah. Once again, yeah. I mean, that's
awesome.
I really did like Kimberly's outfit in that movie.
Yeah, I mean, midriff, you can't go wrong.
Yeah,
that's true.
And then it's like, you obviously don't know who you're dealing with, Mr. Raisinhead. Really?
Really?
I love that.
Yeah, really? He's like, yeah, we're empowered. And I love the next line.
Where's my autograph book? I love how he does it. Power Rangers, man. So Zordon's still having a bunch of kids do his dirty work.
No, let me read the next line.
Meet my kids. Meet my kids. It's fucking hilarious. Hey, Kevin Ryder, how you doing?
My God. Coming later.
And all these ooze kids, the oozettes or
those
whatever they
little
want to call
quips.
I'd rather call them the
Right.
ooze men. The ooze.
them. Yeah, the
men.
ooze men. They kind of look like Ivan
That
Ooze,
way.
but more like younger, if you ask
Yeah.
me. Kind of like what he looked like when he had flowing hair back then.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, the
Oh my
fight scene is actually like pretty decent though. Like when they're not in the suit yet, but then when you get to like the actual suit itself and they actually morph
Yeah.
eventually, I remembered I actually discussed about this with Karen Ashley once, and I did mention on Power Rangers Playback that was hosted by Catherine Sutherland and Nakia Burris from Zio. They did an interview with Karen, and I did inquire a bit about. This should have been obvious to me, but I guess my brain was a little slow. The difference between the movie and Karen, obvious differences. There was a lot of issues with the design of the armor. The coins kept popping out, and at the same time, there was like limited movement restrictions. So, as nice as it looks, I bet it was just as hard though for those stuntmen.
Yeah, I mean, because again, I mean, the original show it used spandex. I mean, again, spandex was perfect because it's literally the same sort of thing with circus performers. They needed to have very flexible material so they can do all the fancy acrobatics they do in the show.
And then they went full on armor in this one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Neozoic. Every time I see Johnny Young Bosch, the guy who played Adam, I expected him saying Lelouch Vivatania commands you. Okay, does anybody get that reference?
From Code? Yeah, that's from Code Geass. He actually Johnny Young Bosch has done quite a bit of anime characters.
Yes.
And from my understanding, for him, I think it actually started with Trigun. That was one that really got him into like wanting to do it. However, since I haven't spoken, I do remember back in the early years of the internet, when Apple was still going and then iTunes was still going and all that, he used to do a video podcast. In my opinion, I think it was the very first for anime. It was called Anime TV back then. And they kind of like were going through like different types of anime that they might have seen, among other things. Trigun, I think, is from when he really got into like the voice acting part.
I know that I know that they have him taking over the voice for Broly in Dragon Ball Super. I think that's what I heard, that they're going to actually have him take over after the whole Vic Mignogna situation.
Yeah, and once I had seen I had seen the film Akira like about a few years ago, literally around the same time that the film is set in 2019, and it was actually the 2001 redub where Johnny Young Bosch voiced Kaneda, and I think like the actor who played Tai from Digimon, he voiced Tetsuo. So yeah, it was that redub of Akira.
Oh, by the way, folks, when it comes to Akira, be careful how you spell it, because if you spell it with an I, you'll get the right stuff. If you spell it with a U, click off immediately.
It's pronounced Akira.
Yeah.
Akira.
Let's
definitely
just
on my
put it
list to
that
watch
way.
for sure.
Let's just put it that way. If you misspell it, you can end up in a whole world that you don't want to end up in.
Yeah.
But getting on.
Anyway,
getting on.
So the Rangers eventually do fight the Oozmen, but as a result, Ivan escapes and he eventually gets into the command center.
I love that scene.
Alpha's kind of like, Alpha's like, nobody can get in here without a power coin. And then Ivan starts to
he just oozes in like he oozes through like he's the freaking T-1000.
Yeah. And then I love
that.
I love the sound effects when he opens his eyes, the little sound that when he
I
Yeah,
love
they
how
have different
did, like,
noises, man.
how they
They,
put that
the
in.
noises that they
So
made,
good.
the childlike, or
Yeah, they're so
they're
cartoony.
all
Yeah.
freaking cartoony noises. And then you got, it's like, pretty fancy schmancy. I guess if you invest well over 60 centuries,
so
you can buy
cartoony,
someplace
but-
nice. It's like,
Oh,
and
yeah.
then he just belts. He just belches. He's like,
Nice.
doing. He's like, zip. Yeah. And freaking,
Okay.
You have
I
to
just,
change
he's like,
the moves.
you robbed me of
Still
my
picking at smaller
prime.
things up.
Yeah. I just
And
love
then he
how
goes
he
into the whole spiel about like all the stuff that
put a
he,
sock in
he
it,
goes into
Z.
the spiel of all the things that
I
he
put a
missed.
sock in a Z.
10 minutes out of
The
here.
Black
All the
Plague,
things that I
already
missed.
listening to
The
what he
Black
next
Plague,
is.
the Spanish
Spanish
Inquisition,
Inquisition.
the Brady
The
Bunch
Brady Bunch
reunion.
Reunion.
And I'm like,
How does he know what the
you
Brady Bunch
equated
is?
the Brady Bunch reunion to like society-ending events.
Yeah, like,
So,
really?
hey.
Like again, did he have
So
like does he have a perception of what happened while he was in his egg? That's always
Well,
something I want to know. If someone sealed
I
away
mean,
and they know about
I'm
all these
guessing he
events.
did.
6,000 years
because
is quite a long
He
time.
knows what the swim is. He knows what the swim is. Hey, you dance, do the swim. It's like, okay,
Yeah,
well,
exactly.
that guy. That I feel sorry for the fat man that had to do that.
I
Ballet.
actually felt embarrassed whoever's father.
I know that
man
parent
was.
or those kids are gonna need therapy. I mean, thank God they missed it, but oh my God, man.
Uh-huh.
But yeah,
Yeah.
he just
Yeah, okay,
blasts
okay.
the whole place up. Now that to me is a great villain kind of action.
Mhm.
You have a villain that doesn't stop at the
Pulling
door.
punches.
He goes into the door and he wrecks your shit. That
Yeah.
is a villain right there, man. That's why I liked Ivan Ooze,
Not to
because
men-
he actually went into their home and said, "What's up?" And
I seriously also like villains who know.
He just wants to-
You know,
There
the
you
types
go.
of villains, the types of villains, you know, they don't like the heroes, but they also don't like the main villains either. They're just operating on their own agenda.
Yeah.
In fact, they're trying to take down. They're trying to destroy them both. That's an
freaking Zed
interesting-
and Rita, it's like, I'll leave you to weave your evil ways. And it's like, you do realize that you just basically turned yourself into a bitch by letting him do all the dirty work. Did you not think he would say,
Yeah, they're always. those
yeah,
are
you
villains.
guys are, I'm not going to be used.
Uh-huh.
It's time for a new leader.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
I knew
how do you-
even
how
as
do
a
you
kid, I knew where that was going. I was
Yeah,
10
yeah.
years old and I knew
Oh,
where
yeah.
that was going.
Yeah, you know you're a villain who doesn't like to get their hands dirty when you are leaving other people to do your dirty work. But then again, I would like to see the villain ever. I mean, there's only like one time where like Zed ever directly engaged one of the Rangers, and it was
Yeah.
Tommy. That was only one time, but I actually
Yep.
do like that, where the villain at least a couple times, but you show how powerful he is, like taking these guys head on.
Mhm.
Yeah, you know that fighting this guy head on is not really the best idea.
He's not wrong there either. I do remember when Tommy went in there and fucked shit up.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I mean that,
Say
that
goodnight,
Green
say
with
goodnight,
Evil
say
arc
goodnight,
was
Tin Can.
amazing.
Yeah.
Tommy, no, stop. Losing contact with your dimension. Stop.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then so the Power Rangers, they end up splatting the Oozemen. And
Yes, and I know. Of course, once that
As
happens,
their
before that
prevention?
happens, yeah,
Mhm.
they obviously fight them off. They fight them hand to hand, unmorphed, and of course, we also have all the insane puns that Power Rangers is known for, like
yeah.
"lose you lose" or "kiss and make up" or
Yep.
"they come up like take the can."
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
here, let me get the door.
Yeah, and
I-
of course, we already know the classic how they do the morph where it's just like they do
Yep.
the core cinematic where they just use the motion, but it actually has the coin light up and fly toward the screen as they morph.
Yeah.
And
It's
with the
like-
sound effect, and of course, we already have the amazing movie rendition of the Go-Go Power Rangers theme, which is amazing compared. to
They
It was
definitely
so-
stepped up for that.
Yeah, it was so good. They even used it for the 2017 version of the film.
Yeah, they
But
did.
the thing is, I know from the POV from the perspective of us, the audience, it takes long, but we know from the perspective of the Rangers, morphing is instantaneous. It's an instantaneous.
And these
process.
ooze guys just ran out.
They just dip out. And again, I know they always have those meta humors where the villains just sit, where the Rangers the villains just sit there as like, from the outside perspective, you know.
I know.
Supposed to take
It's
time.
like okay, yeah, you guys are
taking a little too long there.
Fucking took a whole 2.5 minutes just to freaking put on your little super suits here. Okay, time to kick your asses.
Yeah, at least villains like Sledge actually fired at the range before they were able to morph, but they still did it. But it actually made the shot more them more badass than Dino Charge.
You need need smart villains when you're
there
handling
were times where
kids.
they did try to attack.
It's like, okay, we're gonna put on the kid's glove, let him morph up. Okay, and I mean, man, when Zed came onto the scene, when he first came up in the Power Ranger show,
season 2, yeah.
When he first appeared, it's like, whoa, what is going on? And this flayed dude with a freaking brain and armor all over his body. I'm like,
and a boa constrictor that turns into a staff.
Yeah, and I'm like, it's just creepy. I love it. I mean, when Zed first showed up, folks, he was freaking badass. He was badass. Well, as a kid, you're seeing this, and it's like, cool. I want that.
Yeah, but it's like, what are you kids? What are you watching? What is that thing?
I know, right?
Lord Zed, he's so evil and he's so mean. I want to get a toy of him.
Actually, I'm curious right now. Is it possible to actually get Zed's staff?
I don't know, but yeah, the whole
I'm
thing
looking it up right now on Amazon.
Yeah. But still, going through the whole movie, we get past the part, and of course, they actually corner all the Oozmen together. And of course, Tommy whips out Saba, whips him around, and uses Saba's laser vision to break the thing, and just go, uh-oh, and they get splatted. That is always so funny.
They don't have it. They don't have Lord Zed's staff. You got Gandalf's staff. You got freaking Harry Potter stuff. I don't care about that. I want Lord Zed's staff because that sucker looked badass with a giant ass Z on top and whatnot. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that I would like to get because I used to have Saba. I used to have the Gold Ranger scepter. I used to have all that stuff.
Yeah.
Now stuff costs like $800 just to get, and it's the plastic toy that you're getting, and it's $800. And it's
someone needs to make full scale props of all those like old
really
stuff.
Should.
And heck, I think even Hasbro should do also like legacy morphers, like of all the other Ranger seasons, like the Chrono Morpher, the Wild Force Growlphone, stuff like that. I mean, I just like the more role play stuff, like the morphers and stuff.
Yeah, I would love to get a
morphers here,
or the one that went around the wrist, not the morphers, but the communicators.
Yeah,
a friend of mine, or a kid I went to high school with, I can't remember her name. Actually, I do know her name. I'm just not going to say it. But hey, Becky, how you doing? And it's like she brought it in, and I pushed the button to make it sound, or to make the teleportation sound effect in the middle of a presentation that they were doing. She had to hold it like this just to keep it from making too much noise. It's like, hey. You shouldn't have brought it.
Yeah. But back to what we were saying. We saw them fight, and once we already know this is happening in real time as the command center is being destroyed.
This was like back in the day that we used to have this.
Hold on, let me add it up. Sorry. Oh, damn, that's awesome.
Yeah, quick shout out to Hero Toys though for letting me just use this picture just as a reference. But I remember though that despite not getting the toys as much as a kid, I was more or less an average fan. Like I called McDonald's used to have the promo toys, and the only one that I remember getting was actually like the thin. It was like this thin in terms of like the width of it. It was like this much in terms of the size of the belt buckle.
I remember when the movie came out. This movie came out. McDonald's had morphers. I think it was. It was either McDonald's or Burger King. And I had all the damn coins. I had the morpher. I had it all. And it's like, why didn't I hold on to this shit? You know?
I think there's two pieces of merchandise I think my grandparents have, and I want to get my hand. I want to just get them and see how much they can go for, how much they'll go for if I can sell them on eBay.
I mean,
and these are like these 12-inch tall stuffed Power Ranger toys. I think Granite said I think Mike's got to a couple of them, but there's like a few of them that are still there. So if I can tell them to get my hands on them, I can see. I wonder how much they can go for on eBay.
Yeah, I'm looking on Amazon right now. I just typed in Saba, the toy Saba. The Power Rangers Legacy Golden Staff role play collectible. That's the same toy that I had when I was a kid. $85, folks. The Green Rangers lightning prop Dragon Dagger, $161. Power Rangers Lightning Collection Mighty Morphin Red Ranger Power Sword prop replica, $209. I mean, holy crap.
Hey, being a fan ain't cheap.
No, it ain't.
That is so true.
Yeah.
But,
Sword.
Yeah, anyway, so getting back to it. By the time the Rangers lose their powers, they go back.
I'm sorry, I just found Saba's sword. The one that I had. It's $650.
Oh no. Oh no.
This fucking thing is $650 fucking dollars. I had this thing.
Man, that would have been worth some money, man.
Oh my god. I had this thing and it's worth $650.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, but let's get back into the movie.
Yeah,
so they're depowered.
Yeah, we're just too big. We're too
big. They're
depowered by the time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They get depowered,
so by the
and
time
they
walk
walk back to the command.
The door's
center.
already destroyed.
Yeah. And Zordon
pretty much
is
the place
old and
practically
decrepit.
Totaled. Zordon's out of his time warp.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And eventually, they're just trying to figure out how do we get him back in. But that's when Alpha brings up the whole notion of there's a possible, power that you can find, but, it's on a distant planet. Mm-hmm.
And once again, we
so
always know
by the time
about power.
Alpha manages to teleport them out, we then get.
We cut back to the moon palace.
But by the time we get teleported out, we then get a glimpse into the villain's lair, at least. Now,
the moon palace.
Even though it was a miniature, I guess I could say piece for Zed's throne room, I guess you could say. The one thing that moon palace, the one thing that I will admit was like pretty fun, like in terms of like the dialogue exchange, is that by the time Rita's kind of berating Zed, she's like, "How can he let him slip through his hands? He's no better than the rest of the hired help around here." And Zed's like, "Oh, give it a rest."
Yeah.
So by the time
he comes in,
hi, honey.
She's like, honey,
you egg-sucking purple pinhead.
Yeah, that
egg-sucking purple pinhead.
Egg-sucking purple pinhead.
Egg-sucking purple
pinhead. The Rangers
pinhead.
are going after the great.
You said this guy was a massive disaster. He's not even a slime-infested jelly duck.
And I just love Zed's reaction. Finally, somebody shut her up.
Infested jelly donut.
And she gets slammed by jelly. And it's like, finally somebody shut her up.
Gee, that'd be some. Gee, that's one way to shut that's one way to get your damn nagging wife to shut up.
Oh my god, I gotta get a hold of Lethal Lightning because he loves to do the whole sexist play at being sexist kind of thing. I should definitely get him to get that clip, and then he can he would go nuts with it. He would like kick off his female, or he would kick off his female host, and then he would play that clip. I can see Lethal Lightning doing that, folks. But oh my god. But yeah, I lost interest in Power Rangers when they got rid of Jason. Yeah, there was a lot of women who loved Jason.
Yeah, I know. There are a lot. I know.
Well, he was a handsome fellow.
Yeah, the part where he's
back then.
Yeah,
even
and
now.
that's the same thing. Same thing with a lot of the ladies who started out in Power Rangers. Again, a lot of them were beautiful.
Wasn't connected to the. It wasn't connected to the show.
Mm-hmm.
It was Universe 2, shall we say?
It was just like its own alternate thing.
Alternate universe.
Yep. Because I mean, the ones where they do the ninja stuff in the show, they have this robot dude that they have this robot dude that helps them. Yeah.
Ninjor. Yeah,
Ninjor.
Yeah, so, but again, Ninjor is also from Conquer Ranger, but he's known as Ninja Man.
Yeah. And it's like, I love what Ooze says. Your feebleness is staggering.
You obviously need a vacation. I think circumstances allows us to expect a new Lita. And I pick
need a vacation.
Who does this guy think he's dealing with?
And it says like
the boogeyman is taking over.
The boogeyman is taking over.
And I love Lord Zed. Nobody double crosses Lord Zed and lives. Oh, stop it! It tickles. And it's like, oh my god, my turn.
My turn.
Oh, I love snow globes.
He puts him in the snow globe.
Way to go, bonehead. It's anyone in this galaxy.
Yeah, it's like he plays it up so fucking well, dude. Paul Freeman, if you in the astronomical odds that you see this dude, you freaking rock, Paul Freeman.
You really amped it up, and you really know how.
He was awesome with Lord.
He's the perfect villain. He plays it up just to the perfect pitch, and he's like, "Now you guys got a choice. You can either join me, or you can join these insufferable dingle dorks." Dingle dorks.
These insufferable dingle dorks.
He called them dingle dorks.
Why
does that sound like something Kevin from Ed and Eddie would say?
Who wrote this? But he delivered it well. He delivered it perfectly. We never liked those dingle dorks in the first place.
Yeah, the first place.
So,
exactly. Here's the line how I would have said it. You guys can either join me or you start these insufferable shitheads.
Yeah, that would be if it was a rated R version.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. I know, but I could.
And then he gives the greatest loogie, man. He's like, oh yeah, the Power Rangers. Good distance, yeah. And then that turns into the Tango.
Yeah, the Tango Warriors, and they're basically the flying monkeys from like the.
Yeah, they're the flying monkeys from Wizard of Oz, but they're crows, and I love it.
Yes,
yeah,
not so much so they even use them in the show.
Dulcia, duh.
I mean,
she's hot.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, yeah. That
Who wouldn't want to see some skin?
Come on.
I mean, seriously.
What
better way to distract your enemies than showing how attractive they look? That's like the perfect distraction if she ever fought anyone one-on-one. It's like,
not only that, that woman could crow like a rooster like no one else. I mean, that's how she freaking got everybody's attention. It's like, what the fuck was that?
No, she used the
funny thing is though.
She used those six of hers to drive them off.
Yeah, she did that, but when she got everybody's attention, she made that weird crowing noise. And then she jumps down and reveals herself.
The funny thing is though,
it's right after Kimberly says, "Let me go, Big Bird."
Oh yeah, but I still think the funniest part is when one of them rams himself right in the side of the rock. Is like,
yeah, it's like
Yeah, I know. Right
Yeah, but
after
it's
Billy
like-
jumps. That's right after
but
Billy jumps over the Tengu.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what the funny thing about morphing is? You can't do it. What? Yeah, but still, once that Tango Warrior hit itself, I always think back to that line from Rio saying, right to the beak.
Yeah.
Right in
And
the
it even looked like his beak got crunched a bit too, so they did good there too.
Anyway, Jack.
So, yeah.
Jack. He didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Anyway, Jack of all casuals brings up a point though, and I was just about to mention it. Chief Obi-Wan impression from episode 4. I was just about to say that.
Which one was it?
It was
the original noise.
Exactly.
The original Crate Dragon noise,
Mm-hmm.
which, folks, here at Orange Hat Reviews, I do not acknowledge the shit that is Disney's version of Star Wars. Real Crate Dragon sounds like what they did in the original
that was
episode 4. That kind of sounded like an elephant that was really, really pissed off or really, really horny. I can't tell which. But
just like
that was basically what she kind of did, but it sounded like a choking dead rooster.
Oh, okay.
Because it's like, let me go, Big Bird. It's like,
that's definitely what I thought.
What the fuck is that? Because they're all looking up at it. It's like, what is that thing?
Yeah.
And I also like that goat dude that had the communicator headset thing that they found all skeleton of. It's like, what is that?
What is that?
Yeah.
I want it.
What is that thing?
I want it.
What was it?
Oh
and
my
of course,
god!
Yeah, once she finally got former Power Ranger.
Was a former Power Ranger, but either retired from the role or lost the Power Ranger power.
Again, they
either that or she has charged defending the great power.
I mean, here's the thing, though. Look, they do establish in the show that they're like just like we said with the Equation Rangers and Trey of Triforia, that they're not the only Power Rangers in the universe.
Yeah.
There are other ones, and not just the ones that are operating on Earth. And heck, for all we know, the Power Rangers have been operating on Earth for hundreds, if not thousands, of years. I mean, we see what the Samurai
after
Rangers
the whole time travel Wild West bit that they did. I'm pretty sure they have.
Yeah, exactly. I mean. But again, I know the continuity of the Power Rangers universe is all over the place.
It's all for shit, man. It's for shit.
And of course, it's spun off into multiple continuities and alternate universes.
Yeah.
And as far as we know, it's been confirmed that RPM and Dino Charge take place in their own separate universes or whatever shenanigans they did.
I mean, they even had a woman, they even had this woman that took place after Zordon, like that looked like Princess Jasmine, to be the chick behind the tube. If I remember correctly. Who was that?
Oh, yeah, Demetra.
That was during Turbo. Demetria.
Yeah, it's like, what is all this shit, man? Why can't you just keep Zordon? What happened to Zordon? Did they kill my buddy Zordon? What happened?
During Turbo.
Yeah, and of course, they say that she's from a planet called Inquiris, where every line she says is basically in the form of a question. That makes no sense.
It doesn't.
How can you see everything you say only be in the form of a question? That makes no sense.
Yeah. So she then starts smacking around the birds, and then she pops her top. No. She pops her sticks apart and starts spinning them around in a very lurid manner.
Yeah, and doing that twirling, whistling sound, but to them, it's like nails on a chalkboard to them.
For the Tango. And even the Rangers were reacting to it.
Chalkboard.
It's like, can only answer
so it
the question.
affected both sides. And then I was like,
yeah.
Yeah.
And also, if you pay attention just as she stops, you can see that she's holding on to the main rod here, and then there's something there. She's holding on to that part there, and when she stops doing it. Because when she starts doing it, she's holding the main body of the staffs. Folks, take that as however you like. Just shut up. In the chat. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
But anyway, It's like, thanks. Okay. And then she's like, you want to thank me? Get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck off
go
my
back
planet.
to where it is you came from. We can't go back.
Yeah.
And it's like,
yeah, and then they mentioned Ivan Ooze and it's like, wait, you wait, and of course they
Ivan Ooze is free. Yeah, this
Mhm.
woman who's been trapped on this planet for thousands of years
Yeah.
knows about Ivan Ooze.
Well, again, it's always crazy, but there's every single planet in the universe knows about some evil galactic warlord, which again, there are thousands and thousands of them. Some have been operating for thousands of years. Some of them have conquered numerous planets and galaxies. And yeah, they're feared and revered throughout the universe. I think even other warlords fear and revere them.
I'm pretty sure that if a putty took a shit on a sidewalk on Angel Grove, some planet across the galaxy would know about it. If one of the Z putties, or if one of the Z putties, God, I remember those
Most
guys
likely.
too. You gotta hit the Z.
Yes, that is like the dumbest weakness ever. Seriously, why would you want to put the one weakness right on their chest? That is so.
Just beat them to death. You
Yeah,
can
at least
beat them to death, but then you can beat these ones, but they won't die until you hit that Z.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, at least
I used to have the Z figure too.
Yeah, at least with some Mook monsters I came up with for my superhero story, which is again based on like all the stuff you see in Power Rangers. The thing is, I think the only way you can basically take them down is they're technically made of like this like dark sand like material, but you can either just beat them by just taking their heads off or basically hacking off any part of their body and they'll just disintegrate.
Yep. So she puts a smackdown on Tommy, and then she hears Zordon's name and nearly crushes Tommy's chest with her stick, and it's like, you know Zordon. Okay, come with me. Yeah, drop Ivan's name and Zordon's name, and she's right. God, I gotta stop doing that. And she's right on your side. Yeah, I injured myself, folks, so that's why snapping my finger on this side hurts.
Okay.
That was from when I fell down the stairs the other day.
Oh, dude, sorry.
But yeah, pretty much like right.
Yeah, but still,
yeah, pretty much like the Rangers are told to like follow Dulcia, and then afterwards, as Alpha is just trying to at least calm Zordon's nerves, I guess you could say.
He puts on the news.
He starts to
hatch his evil plot.
Yes,
by
and
taking care of the parents of Angel Grove.
Yeah, he even says in that scene, taking over the world is one thing. Finding good help to help you run it for you. That's the killer.
Finding good.
You want to make it too cold? No need.
And then
I'm going to recruit the parents of Angel Grove. No offense, boss,
but they might find you a little disgusting.
No offense, boss, but I find it disgusting.
Yes. Yeah. Again, this movie is so freaking quotable. It's so quotable.
You forget. I'm a master of disguise. How could I forget? I never knew.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the whole thing, though. Like, yeah. And I mean, again, it involves the whole thing. Yeah, he basically gets these bottles of ooze, which again, if they're all part of himself, that's like, ew. But
dude, yeah, he's spreading his splooge around the city.
Yeah.
Yes. That's like again. That's
his
nasty.
Splooge.
Yes, his ectoplasm.
Yeah, his ectoplasm, and he turns into this wizard. Guys and girls and guys, gather around and feast your eyes. Promise y'all, you just can't lose when you have your own supply of Ivan's. It's like somebody drop a beat. Just shut up and drop a beat for the scene, because I guarantee you got a music video.
Yes,
fucking
exactly.
Little purple wizard.
Yeah.
Dropping the song Ivan Ooze.
Oh yeah, same purple slime Nickelodeon. You want? I want your entire stock.
Right.
John Troy.
I mean, who wouldn't?
Yeah, but seriously, yeah. But again,
what are we supposed to do with it? Show it to your parents. Show it to your friends. When you got yours, the fun never
ends. What's more fun than slime?
This is kind of gross. You may have heard the phrase "it looks can be deceiving," but once you've tried it, or I guarantee you that once you tried it, you won't believe it. It's like, oh my god.
This guy knows how to sell something. He knows how to sell it. Hell,
he could sell art lessons to a blind man.
He even knew how to. He even made a commercial too.
I know. Hi, kids. I have news here. Are you bored with your Are you bored with your work?
Right.
Are you bored with your life? Then come on down to Ooze City and let's get sticky. I'm like,
then come on down to Ooze City and
Brilliant.
let's get sticky.
man,
Brilliant.
I saw that today. I had a bottle of water in my hand and I was drinking at it. And when he's like, let's get sticky, I'm like,
Yeah.
I forgot the whole line.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we mentioned him yet, but yeah, again, the only kid who's a little somewhat suspicious about it is, of course, the one kid they meet at the thing named. His name is Fred. Dun dun dun.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot his name, Fred. Yeah, I mean, this kid he was established earlier in the film. His dad landed in the parking lot during the whole competition from skydiving.
Competition. Which, again, how the heck do the Rangers know how to organize all these elaborate charities, do their schoolwork, and save the world all at the same time?
They're fucking 17 years old!
Yeah, they're married. Essentially, yeah, when you think about the Mighty Morphin team, they were Mary Sue's in a way. They really were Mary Sue.
Mary Stu's, Gary Stu's, and Harry Poo's. But anyway.
All of that.
Yes. Anyway, continuing on, they get back to, Dulcia. Now, where was the setting for all the walk to the big plateau thingy? Was that Australia?
It was all all in Australia. Yeah, the Australian outback, some coastlines, like maybe the Great Barrier Reef, maybe, I'm not sure. But yeah, you can clearly say show one shot where they're in the back, where they're in the outback, and then you have another shot where it's clearly a set they're on.
And then when they get to the whole thing, and it's like, we'll call on the sacred animals and Jetty for help. Yeah, Zordon's dying. We kind of need some help now. And I just love it, man. So then they're starting to get the ectomorphicons unearthed.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
The parents start touching or getting sticky with the ooze, and they all start turning into zombies. First, I'll turn them into zombies.
Yep.
And then I'll have them excavate my ectomorphicons.
And again, why the heck did why the heck did the original Ranger Zordon recruit? Why did they bury these powerful robotic war machines right where the guy who created and could control them? Why would he bury them in the same place? Why?
It's like, dude, send one of those fuckers to the moon, send the other into the sun, and let's just call it a day. Because apparently these things can destroy the universe.
Yes. And enslave, and they again, if they're that powerful, they can destroy entire planets. Like, seriously, I mean, I can only imagine. I mean, a character like, imagine if Lokar, I mean, he's a big freaking giant disembodied head, and apparently he attacked the Megazord. Imagine what he could do to a whole planet.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, oh my god. First, I'll destroy Angel Grove, and then the universe. It's like, that is quite a leap.
Yes, exactly. I mean,
you're going to take over the city that's been attacked millions of times by Rita and Zed. How many times have they failed? I mean, yeah, you one-shotted them. You turned them into a snow globe, and then you put them on their freaking windowsill just so they could watch.
Yeah,
badass moment there, but still, the Power Rangers might be able to beat you. And then so then they cut back with the it's like, oh, I forgot how long this shit takes. Goldie on board. Hey, you dance. Do the swim.
Do ballet.
Ballet. And the guy even smells. He's like, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh my god!
Hey boss, they're back, and I'm like, oh, this is a merciful kill right now. I mean, it's like at this point, folks. No, I shouldn't make that joke. I won't make that joke. It not after Jason David Frank. Sorry, but no, I'm not making that joke. My tank. So shut your beaks.
But anyway,
So how did it go?
The tankers come back.
Yeah, he goes like
they're about to
one off a cliff, one into a raging river.
One off a cliff, the other into a raging river. I love that dude's voice.
Yeah, it's like it's so
It's like,
cute.
one
Like,
off
what is
the
that?
cliff, the other to a raging river.
Yeah, that damn server voice. That damn server dude voice he just picked up. Randomly.
Yeah, right.
So good.
It's
like, so they've all been destroyed. Well, we were about to destroy them. What?
What? You didn't kill him?
Tengu
What?
warriors.
You didn't kill it?
Like Tango tresses.
You call yourself
Tangu
Tango?
dresses.
You call your Tengu
You're more
warriors
like
more
Tengu
like
turkeys.
Tengu turkeys. I'd have you stuffed and roasted. And he's like, bastard, there was this monster with these huge sticks. Started twirling them around. Sticks?
Wait,
These sticks have a whistling sound?
Uh,
More like
more
nails
like-
on a
more like-
chalkboard.
oh. Yeah,
I'll
it's like-
see ya. That middling, loathsome she-devil of a witch. She leads them to the great power. Everything will be ruined.
She leads him to the
You
great
want us to
power
take another
to
whack
be
at it?
ruined.
How about taking another?
Take another.
How about
Whack
taking
at
another
it.
whack at
Whack
it? Bang. Fucking just blast them, and it's like explosion of feathers. There's no time to waste. I need my ectomorph contest committed by sundown. I just love how he rips a piece of feathers off of his face.
Yes. Again, Paul Freeman is just too good. in
I'm
this
frying
role.
them.
And it's
Yeah.
like, oh my god, this movie is just too. It's cringeworthy, but it's enjoyable. You see this as a kid, you love it. You see this as an adult, you love it, but you're also cringing half, or
Yes.
it's a mixture of cringe and love at the same time. you know?
Yes. Yeah, again, Power Rangers, it can have a lot of fun and a lot of heart. But there
Yeah.
are those times where you just look at it as like, this is the most ridiculous shit I have ever seen in my life.
Right? It's like, holy crap.
This was
And so
absolutely
then they
ridiculous.
cut back to Vados, and they're all getting ready to receive their animal avatars, and
Animal spirits or whatever.
yeah, they're animal spirits.
Wrong.
Mhm.
Also, oh yeah, right. Wait, wrong Power
For the
Rangers season.
Ninjetti forms.
Yeah, right. And
Yeah, they're
So
pretty much
then-
getting their Ninjetti suits.
yeah, they're Ninjetti suits. Those things look badass, I should say. Those did look badass. So you got the Falcon, which is Tommy. Rocky gets an ape, fitting for his personality.
Aisha gets a
David,
bear.
who's cunning and swift. Aisha gets the bear. And Adam. Adam
gets the crane.
Kimberly gets the
Kimberly
crane, and Adam
the frog.
gets the frog.
frog.
Absolutely. He's like, what the fuck? It's like,
Hey,
the
we must do power.
it's like, I protest. What the hell is this shit? You giving me a frog? What the fuck, man? And she's like, Adam, what's wrong?
Yes.
I'm a
Here-
frog. It's like,
Yeah.
yes, a frog, like the one you kiss.
Kiss.
To get a handsome press. Hey, he got kissed by a 2,000-year-old lady that is hot. He won. Adam won.
You know, yeah. Mhm. Yeah.
Oh man.
That's true. Now,
Uh,
here's the thing. Here's the thing about that. Regarding that part, regarding that part about the frog, I remember behind the scenes stuff. Bush did explain that when they were looking at the script originally, and Johnny actually had that idea about the whole frog thing. He explained to the director, Mr. Spicer, instead of this though, what it was originally in the script, could I try using this? And the good news is that he was actually full with most of the actors when they were working on it. So they tried it with the original script, and they tried the one with where Johnny decides to, go with that frog thing, as we were just elaborating. Eventually, that later part was the one that we see in the film. So he got to contribute a little bit, on his end when they were working on it.
Yeah. And Neozoic. I love Neozoic's comments, man. He really does bring it in the chat.
Mhm.
Funny scene. Ivan News. Why didn't you destroy the Rangers? Tengu. Master, we got our butts kicked by a hot babe in a green bikini. What?
Wait,
Wait, what? What?
Oh,
And
man.
Falcon Tommy is Lord of the Skies, man. I'm like,
God.
there you go. Yeah.
God.
I mean, she just makes it sound like so freaking majestic. A falcon, folks, to give you an idea,
Mhm.
falcons, which are birds of prey, raptors, are the smallest aside from certain species of owl. They are the smallest birds of prey. Winged lord of the sky. You should have made him a friggin' eagle. Just saying.
The power
Just saying.
of the eagle. You sound like
here's another thing.
Friggin' eagle.
When it comes to kung fu, they actually have a martial arts style called eagle claw. Yeah.
Yep.
They have crane. They have a bear. They even have monkey style and ape style. They even have bear style. They have all those styles except for a falcon style. Just saying, they do actually have an eagle claw style, which is similar to tiger, but it's different as well. But yeah, I think that if they had done bald eagle, it would have been a little bit too on the nose with the America. But
yeah,
you know what? they had to keep their they had to make it a falcon. And then she's like, if only I could go with you. You're not going with us? What the fuck? Well, one step beyond this plateau, and I'd become an old crone, basically. I'd be aging as fast as Zordon is now. So you've never stepped. Yeah, so stepping off. So you're only confined to this quarter of the planet, or this half of the planet. That sucks.
I don't see the logic in all of that.
Neither do I. Didn't Frog explain? Yeah. Didn't Frog explain in Kaku Ranger that Frog was based on Japan myths of Gallant Jiraiya? Yes, the one inspired the character Jiraiya from Naruto. God, man, I've been watching Naruto and Shippuden. When Jiraiya freaking bit it, I was freaking heartbroken. It's like, God damn it, rip Pervy Sage. I've been getting into Naruto, and I've actually liked that stuff. That's a show that I actually think is pretty cool. It's nothing world-ending strong as Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, but pretty good stuff. So back to this. So get this, folks. Remember how they're on a deadline because Zordon's dying? These motherfuckers wait like an hour or two before they leave the plateau to go after the great power, which is going to take even longer because they got to trek across that goddamn jungle.
Yep.
And I'm like, why would you wait so
prior
long?
To getting to prior to the monolith, they have also, and prior to getting to the monolith, they actually have to deal with this
bone dinosaurs.
Skeleton
A skeleton.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Hello, Lady Beatrice. But yeah, it's like, oh my gosh, man. And
yes,
definitely
indeed
rest. First 90s kids.
Now, folks, Jason David Frank, while most people would say this is the cringiest looking action ever, remember, Power Rangers, the movie, was for kids. This was for kids. And you got to understand that the shit was cringy back then. This was how they taught kids proper values and stuff, wit and humor and stuff. Jason David Frank was one hell of an actor and did a great job doing it. Just saying. So, yeah, getting back into it, it's like, hey, Fossilhead, I got a bone to pick with you. Poink. Huh? It's like,
oh yeah, even before the thing formed itself together.
Yeah.
Adam just said, "Welcome to Jurassic Park."
Yeah, it's like, welcome.
Oh yeah, that part was hilarious.
I'm like, oh my god, dude, that is fucking great. And this creature was like a giant freaking rhinoceros, essentially. I
thought it was a triceratops. I mean, come on, Billy, why are you afraid of it? I mean, that's basically your dinosaur.
Yep. And yes, I know there are maybe a couple smaller ones, like also the that weird looking eagle that has like freaking hair out like this. It's an actual eagle, folks. It's weird. But yeah, I think it's over in Australia, but also so they then get to the sacred power.
Yeah,
While Ivanhoe's but before they do, we cut over back to Earth, and Ivanhoe's is like, parents of Angel Grove.
Everybody's starting to assemble it.
Yeah, they put him.
You finally did it. But frankly, ectomorphons. But frankly, I'm sick of your your ugly faces and your dull personalities. You will march to the construction site and leap
to your doom.
Yeah, leap to your doom. Bye bye. It's like, folks, as evil is, that is downright freaking evil.
Yeah, make your entire make your all your
enslave them, then kill
them. Hey, work.
What was the Pink Ranger the only one in the uniform that had a skirt, while the Yellow Ranger had one like the others? That's actually was done intentionally because they wanted to pay homage to the Toku Sentai.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, another thing you don't know, Lady Beatrice, in the Sentai, the Yellow Ranger was actually male. Yep. In fact, even in Zoo Ranger, the character's name was Boy, B-O-I, Boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Tiger Ranger Boy. And but of course, in other Super Sentai seasons, there were times where both the female Rangers actually had skirts, like in O Ranger and Zeo. O Ranger,
and yes, this was done with practical effects. The bone monster or the skeleton monster or the skeleton beast. That is also pretty cool. I mean, folks.
That's correct. Yes,
that is great shit right there.
Animatronic. Yeah, but I think there was one moment. There was one shot where it just it sort of transitioned somewhat into a stop motion puppet. I think in a way.
I'd have to watch it again, which I could on
correct.
YouTube.
It is a puppet.
Yeah.
So it actually is a puppet. The thing was, actually had to use a wire to actually guide the puppet when it's moving.
Yeah.
So then we get them finally to the great power, and they got to fight these rock
creatures, these rock monsters.
And it's like, these things are made of rock. Yeah, no shit. What was your first clue? And freaking, you actually hear Kimberly. It's like, it almost sounds like Kimberly is like, what was your first clue? Or something like that, because I can swear I hear her say clue. But it's like, no clue. It's like, but one dies by boiling water. I mean, they kick it into a water and it just starts boiling or
and of course there's one scene where one of them hurls at Spirit Rocky, and basically he does the
splits.
That moment would make Jean-Claude Van Damme jealous.
Yeah. Oh, that was close. He also did a split earlier in the film, forward and back, not horizontal. And it's like, go ahead. What were you saying, Pierre?
Another one dies though when it actually used its axe though, because
splits the other one too. Talk about a splitting headache.
That was my favorite part. Elevator going up, elevator going down.
Yeah. Talk about a splitting headache. I'm like, oh my god, that it works. It's on the nose and it works. Ninjetti corkscrew kick, 8-ball quarter pocket. I'm like, Ninjetti. Anything's possible if you're Ninjetti. You could do a corkscrew kick. I mean,
and I think the last one before, I think the other one, I think Tommy and Kim took care of it by crushing it with other rocks. He even says, "Let's rock his world."
It's like anything is possible. We're Ninjetti. Anything is possible. Okay, then will yourselves back to fucking Earth.
Because anything's about to go down.
Yeah, shit's going down. I mean, Zordon's dying quicker because his stress levels are going up because he's seeing how the city is being attacked by the storyboard level CGI Hornitor
God.
and Scorpitron, it's like, this is a time when Chrome is not good CGI. Holy crap. I mean, I'm like, what the?
Yeah.
I'm looking at these things almost 30 years later, folks. I'm like, this is god awful CGI.
But if I'm going to make a little small case for this, mind you, this movie came out roughly 3 months before the first PlayStation came out. This was made in 1995. This came out in 1995.
They have no excuse. Terminator 2 came out 4 years previous.
Yeah, but I could say they look good for early PS1 title though.
This is storyboard level CGI now, folks. Today's CGI is what these things looked like back in 1995. And yet they're saying that the moon landing was fake. Sorry, I had to do that. Hey, Cassie, how you doing? Cult Classic Cage, awesome. Good to see you. Everything, all is going well. It's awesome. We're talking Power Rangers, the original movie, back when I think you were born at this time, or probably even before you were born. Who knows? What do you like?
I was one when the movie first came out. I didn't see it until like home video many years.
I was
later.
10. I was 10. so yeah, Pierre's back, and we were just talking about the god awful CGI ectomorphicons.
You're still muted, Pierre.
Yep, you're still muted, buddy. Got to unmute your mic.
Sorry about that.
There
Anyway,
you go.
I was a little surprised though that I missed out a little bit.
Yeah. So what's your take?
It's not just like the Morphicons that was actually CGI, but eventually. So for the most part, in terms of like what actually was, like what worked and what didn't, let's be clear here. Ivan Ooze, the way how they did the animation of like how he forms and all that part was great. Mm-hmm. But when we get to the appearance of the Ninjetti Zords, and then later on the actual fight, I'll be pretty frank about it. It was a little lackluster. Like there was something missing. I just can't put my finger on it. Even now as an adult.
A soul?
I don't know what it was.
Yes.
But then again, if you really think about it, maybe. I don't know, maybe. But the thing is, though, yeah, they had a bit of a limited budget, like $20K. Not much to stretch on. Plus the fact that, there was like so many like, delays with the film in terms of like what was preventing it from moving forward. And now that I just brought that up, let me just a screenshot that Johnny Young Bosch mentioned on Instagram. Give me a moment.
All right, is that it?
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me add it. Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Revisions. Holy
15
crap.
15 revisions. Like, how many times did they have to go through it? Because this was back in 1994. Crap, so there was so many issues with this.
Yeah.
And, like, if you think about it, the direction they were trying to take. The direction they were trying to take for this one, it wasn't.
Yeah, your audio is kind of skipping. All right, so let's.
Oh. Anyway,
sorry. The direction they were kind of taking, or they were trying to take, what was that afterward? Everything after that.
So the direction they were trying to take, though, it was like all over the place and going through like 15 revisions of a script. I'm like, that tells you like Saban like had a slight idea in terms of what he wanted to do, but there's only so much that you can put in terms of, the length of the story, how much you're spending for effects and whatnot. Like there's so many factors that it's not as easy as it was back then and even now.
Yeah.
because you have to
I mean,
keep in mind that you're only allotted a certain amount of time for a film. Otherwise, you can lose your audience.
yep. Not to
Yeah.
mention that movies like Power Rangers could not go over 2 hours.
Yeah, exactly. I mean,
They
imagine
could
a movie
only
being 3.
they could only go as far as an hour 45.
Yeah.
And this
But
one
yeah.
went like an hour
Mhm.
40.
But also another thing that we also need to mention, again, I know we keep forgetting about the kid, but Fred
yeah.
actually, Fred discovers the whole plot of what's happening to the parents. But while this is happening, the people in the news people, and again, they're saying they get calls from a lot of concerned citizens about a lot of parents that have gone missing.
Yeah,
And
concerned citizens. Apparently it's kids because they're saying parents are missing.
concerned citizens, but also while the parents have disappeared. And
Mhm.
I mean, you don't think that there are people who are police officers? Like, why didn't any police come in to shut down the big party all the kids were having? It's like, hey, parents, let's party.
I could.
Yeah. So the whole thing is, the kids obviously have a big
And
party.
it
You
was
see them
actually,
putting
and it was actually
in
Fred.
blenders and stuff.
Fred was the one. Mhm.
Yeah, Fred was the one that uncovered
And
the whole
Fred was the one that actually had to
the
convince
parents-
those kids.
Yep. It's like, what are you talking about? You gotta believe me. Our parents are gonna die if you don't fucking come here. And you also see freaking Bulk and Skull are freaking there drinking. It's like, they don't show you what they're drinking, but I guarantee you that.
I see what they're drinking. They're drinking 7-Up and soda.
Okay.
Again. It's a kid.
Wink, wink.
It is. So.
Oh my God! Yeah, CPS would lock down the whole fucking city.
No joke. They would definitely do that.
Yeah, and not to mention, we don't really see. I mean, the fact that those things are attacked.
Anyway,
and again, this is all.
I know
that
like
part
right
is
after
happening.
the whole fight, and then
not only that, it took all these zombie
the
parents
whole, sequence
like
with
6
the
hours just to walk to that damn
construction site. Yeah.
Yeah, it took them like 6 hours to walk to that construction site. Wasn't it right outside the damn? Yeah, wasn't it right outside the warehouse? I mean, I'm just asking for clarification, folks.
I don't know, but
so
the thing is,
I do like how they get back there, and it's like
they use the
what's the
monorail
smell?
to get there.
What's the smell?
Mm-hmm.
Inconceivable. It's like
the Power Rangers are back.
Yeah, it's like inconceivable. Dude, did you just watch The Princess Bride? Because it's like, oh my God, he's using that word, that same freaking word. Inconceivable.
Oh, no,
you keep using that word. I don't think you know what that means.
You watch the movie, you clearly see him. You can clearly see 7-Up on the label. Yeah, it's clearly 7-Up. And again, Bulk and Skull are supposed to be teenagers. They're teenagers. They're not even legally allowed to drink any.
Yeah, they're like mid-20
stuff.
teenagers.
Yeah, I know. The actors, the actors at the time were all in their 20s, but they're supposed to be playing teenagers, which is something I still never get about Hollywood. Yeah, you're gonna cast 20-something actors as teenagers. Just get actual teenagers to play the character.
Because there's liability issues. They're minors technically. Also, depending on the content you're making, adult thematic or adult themes in the show, there's reasons. But believe me, Hollywood's actually trying to overdo those reasons, folks. They're actually trying to get kids to do that. Anyway, back to the show. Apparently, there are only 6 teenagers in the city. Ooze smells teenagers.
So by the time, so pretty much by
and so they come back.
One way of putting it.
And they see,
and just
the whole
just when they think about to going back to
I'm
command center, that's when.
It's like when
would have been good if they. It would have been cool if they did. I mean, I do remember that scene where I do remember that one episode of Power Rangers where Kimberly kind of broke Skull's heart and then took him to the dance, which was pretty nice. But that was because her and one of the others were turned evil for a day.
Oh yeah, the Power Ranger Punks episode. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
Power Punks. I think it was Billy and Kimberly that were.
They drank that punk potion that made them obviously the same thing.
That's
But
correct.
what about those two girls that obviously, in that one episode I think where they were simping for Bulk and Skull, those two punkish girls that were just basically just gender bent versions of themselves.
That was insane.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. Yeah, the whole city's in flames, and you have these kids partying.
Yep, and they got ooze all over themselves, which is just a Catholic Church's worst nightmare.
Yeah, exactly. But the thing is,
Sorry,
but they get to the construction site via the monorail.
Yeah, and Tommy has to save them before linking up with the Megazord. Also, I do like how the Zords took their shots at the Ectomorphicons before combining to show that, to give them their own props. I mean, that frog droid, dude, with the ribbit was freaking hilarious.
Yeah, they use the tongue, zapping.
That was fun.
And of course, you already know Billy tried to grab the tail of the Scorpitron.
And it's like loading hydraulics. It's like, for what? Then as a kid, I'm like, what are hydraulics? Then it's like, oh, hydraulics. He's going to jump. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And of course, you have
Adam, the part that was like,
trying to
there's a lot of good parts.
Hornitar. Yeah.
Okay, one at a time.
Sorry.
It's okay. So which one was saying what now?
Anyway, but the part where you guys like firing up the tongue of the frog is tongue twisted, and then just when the scorpion fires at him, he's like, "Bad move, Sparky. You play with fire, you're gonna get burned."
Yeah, and then he's like, "Oh, electricity. Okay, bam again." It's like this. I can't keep taking hits like this. And I also like Aisha. Time to boogie with the bear. And it's like, I've been hit hard.
I got hit hard. Oh God.
It's like, that thing. You didn't even get a shot in. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
they cooked Aisha's Bearzord, man.
Yeah, exactly. And here's the thing: there's one shot where it was yellow, and it was suddenly blue for one shot. That was like, what?
Yeah, I'm like, wait, what? But yeah, it's like time to boogie with the bear, and it's standing up, and I'm like, okay, let's see what this thing. What the fuck? It just got one-shotted. That's not nice. And also, Kimberly.
At least in the show, it gets stopped on the ground and tripped up Rito real good.
Oh, I was just about to get to.
Yeah.
I was about to get to the whole Kimberly part, but the one that part just really cracked me up even now looking back is when Kim's like Bowen's like, okay guys, I got man.
Lock on the ooze man.
Here comes that cute little pink ranger to the rescue.
You think she's cute too, huh?
You think she's cute too?
Okay, monkey man. Okay.
It's like, dude, you seriously need to go back to Oz because she's not interested.
Okay, bad touch, stranger danger.
Yeah, I know, right? And he's like, you want to play, huh? Whoosh. It's like, oh my God.
He's got me some sort of electromagnetic deadline. I can't break free. And
Kimberly, use your thrusters. Oh, right.
I usually just had to say that.
Yeah, and of course, once you get, just like she got with her original pterodactyl Zord, when she first jumps into it, she says, "Hey, cool, nice stereo."
Yeah, I know, right?
Nice callback to
nice stereo.
Oh yeah, they just had it.
Yeah.
And then she's like, or she hits the thrusters. It's like, I'll play with you later. Yeah, later. It's like, dude, seriously, you're not helping.
Yeah.
Touch me again, you'll be chicken wings in the morning. So the event, now, remember the Falcon Zord shot rockets at the Scorpitron first time and didn't do anything. So then he's like, okay, lights out for you, buddy. And he uses the wingtips this time. It's like, why didn't you just use them the first time to kill this thing? Come on, man. It's like, and I love how they all start ganging up on the Hornithor.
He's not a very good shot.
Yeah. and they start ganging up on Hornator, and Hornator's like, his mandibles are quivering.
Now I'm beginning to get very angry.
Right after Ivan's like so angry.
Yeah. It's like,
That's already sick.
oh God, I'm gross. I'm gonna be. It's like, oh.
Oh yeah.
Somebody played plastic surgeon.
Yeah, somebody call a plastic. Yeah,
Like,
that was a great
big
one.
again.
And I'm like, this is where it got purely bad CGI.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
and not
oh
to
my
mention-
God.
CGI was
look.
horrendous on that.
Yeah,
I
so
know.
here's another thing that makes no sense here. Look, the observation tower in Sydney, that's the tallest building.
The needle.
The thing with the revolving restaurant is the tallest building in the city, and he ripped it off its foundation and used it as a sword. I know when they go to scale, like in the show, the Zords and the monsters need to tower over Angel Grove, but yeah, these things are only like at maximum like maybe like 10 or 20 stories high.
Mhm.
Right.
The Zord, the Megazord, and even Ivan himself are like max like 20 stories tall. At maximum, they're like maybe 100 to maybe 250 feet tall.
And get this, the freaking Seattle Needle must be made of space metal because it destroys the power sword.
Logic,
I'm like,
Power Ranger logic. What? Yeah, in Power Rangers, we spit in the face of science.
Yeah. It just freaking
this nth metal sword smacks against the Seattle Needle and is destroyed.
The Angel Grove Observatory.
Like utterly obliterated. It's like, what the heck?
It's like the power sword's been destroyed. What? That thing is made out of steel.
Yeah, because plot convenience.
I know. So it's like he starts beating on it, and he's like, oh. Next up, Angel Grove's
Yeah. What was that? What's that wrestling movie does with them where he just picks them up in the air? What was that called?
Getting ready for a body slam, essentially.
Yeah, essentially.
Body slam prep.
Throws them right, and and that's like the only time they use an actual physical prop through a model. And it's just CGI most of the time. So yeah, the Falcon Zord comes in, locks in, and it becomes an Ninja Falcon Megazord.
Right.
And they fly up into space.
Let's get Ooze out of here.
And he goes, "You can run, but you can't hide.
You can't hide." Yeah. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I know one thing. And
guys, I know how to beat Ooze. What? Orion's Comet.
It's coming. Yeah, they mentioned that at the very beginning of the movie. That's the whole charity skydive thing was for.
And I'm like, okay,
that's not
this
common.
thing. And when this comet shows up, it's already burning.
It's
and
on fire. It's a thing of ice. It only becomes visible when it's hit by the sun, when it's caught in the sunlight in the sunlight.
I know, right?
Yeah, exactly.
It's
mostly just ice. It's all
I know.
Comet's all ice, so it should be just like a sort of like a sort of.
Have you hugged your Zords today?
There is nothing like that. Like there's no.
You're botting again. What? Space Rhythmatic. Don't question it. Yeah, he is over the top fun there.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, but here is the
over top fun. Yeah, Paul Freeman, he just nailed it.
Yeah, but here is the main part, and I still think this is still the funniest part in the whole movie. Mm-hmm. I mean, we never see this done in the actual show for a long time until, like, say, Samurai. Yeah, they basically defeat Ivan Ooze via Deus Ex Machina. Yeah, with an emergency knee him in the
desperate times call for desperate measures. What are you doing? Taking care of business. Like knees him in the nuts. Fucking knees him in the nuts.
Yeah, we never see them. We never see them do that again until like Samurai. Like if it was that easy, I mean, the superheroes do that all the time. Just need the guy in the balls. He'll go down the count.
Okay, Comet's on his way. Let's get out of here. It's like, oh no. When they drive by them or when they fly by the moon, you get Rita and Zed. It's like, I hope they Look, it's the double dealing towhead. I hope those Rangers put him out of his misery. Go Rangers!
Go Rangers!
Go
Go
Rangers!
Rangers!
Go
Go
Rangers!
Rangers! Go Rangers! Yeah,
They're
first
actually
time
cheering.
where the
They're
actual
actually
villain of the
cheering.
show they're
Yeah.
cheering the
cheering him
Rangers on.
Oh gosh.
Man, what a slight back at him.
Yeah, and it's like,
Oh,
God,
man.
man. So Ivanus is dead. They're back on. They get to, or you think everything's gonna be okay. Well, they get back to
They
Center.
stop them, break the they break
Command
the spell. They break the spell. Parents are free. All the kids reunite with their families.
No,
They
before
say-
that,
not yeah.
they get to the command center. Zordon's dead. Rangers, you made it. But I'm afraid it's too late.
I'm afraid you're
I'm
too
afraid it's
late.
too late.
But wait, remember, we're Ninjetti. Anything's possible.
Possible.
Let's touch
Yeah.
hands and hope to God this works. And they concentrate and give him a little bit of the great power, which gives him a
Obviously.
very orgasmic face. Oh! It's like, seriously, what is wrong with you people? It's like,
man.
oh! It's like, what on earth are you doing?
Oh my gosh.
We
Yeah,
don't.
this is dramatic. This is dramatic. The dramatic breath of life.
Yeah, dramatic breath of life or a dramatic finish, shall we say? I'm sorry, but it's like that is just the worst way to do it.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
But then
Oh,
it's
man.
like, Rangers, oh God, I'm so
my
happy
gosh.
that you guys are back. It is good to see you, Wall. And it's like, thank God they brought back the younger face because that dude was just not doing it for me. But yeah, so then we get down to festivities. And you can tell that Fred, the little Fred kid, has a crush on Kimberly. Because you see that side glance, he gives her when they're watching the power, or they're watching
Wait,
the.
what? I mean, it's obvious we already know Tommy and Kim have a thing for each other, but I mean,
Well,
we
yeah,
already know
obviously,
Yeah.
but you know that that little kid Fred also kind of is crushing on Kimberly. Every 10-year-old's crushing on Kimberly.
Sorry,
Obviously, like,
no,
who would?
kid, you need. I know, you kid, you
And-
need to be crushing on girls your own age. Sorry, you just need to.
Well, true, but
I agreed.
yeah. But anyway, Orange Hat and others, did you wish that Lord Zed and Rita team up with the Rangers to defeat Ooze in one of those? Oh, I hate the Rangers, but I hate Ooze more. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, yes, the
Yeah, that would have been so great.
Yes, the bad guys and the heroes working together to fight
Look,
a much
Temporary
bigger
truce. We're kicking this guy's
Yeah,
ass.
that would've been
Then we're
fun.
enemies.
enemy. Then it's back to business. It's back to business with all of us.
Yeah, Fred is into older women.
Oh God! But yes, but again, now we also there's two things, yeah. But once the thing is, thank you, Power Rangers, and both sort of like, yeah, again, they're telling tall tales about how they were the ones who really saved the day.
Yeah,
No,
that's
you
just
guys never,
classic
truly
Vulcan skull.
You never truly saved the day until in space. You guys started out as bullies, but only until then
Classic.
you truly stood as heroes.
Yeah,
It only took 6 years for them to get to that point. Heck, there was one point where they basically spent half a season as monkeys. So yeah, that was the one time that they were put through the ringer.
Yep, that was in Turbo.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know.
So yeah, folks.
And-
then we get the Goldar stepping up.
How-
I am
how-
Goldar, supreme ruler of the universe. And then
Uh-oh.
here's Lord Zed and Rita coming.
And then-
Uh-oh.
They're in trouble. Yeah, but again, the
Yeah.
opening thing started. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, but then like the whole thing with the whole fireworks thing, saying, "Wait, Power Rangers? They mean us."
Vulcan
Vulcan
skull.
Yeah, and of course we already see like freaking perfect choice to add at the end of the movie to the happy ending part. Eddie Van Halen's Dreams, honestly, one of his best songs ever.
Yeah.
Fight me on that.
Yeah.
Love that song so much.
That one was actually very good, yeah. But
But
yeah,
yeah,
I
but
love
it-
how
such a
freaking
classic.
Zed and Rita come in. It's like,
And-
uh-oh.
We're in trouble. Yeah, that shit, isn't that like the only song that Australian pop duo ever did? Or it's
I
the
think
one they're most
so.
famous.
Yeah.
That's the only one they're most famous for, though.
Yeah. And it's like that
I
movie
think
was
so, yeah.
okay. So out of 10, how would you guys rate it?
Solid 7 out of 10.
Well, in terms, yeah, I'm thinking the same. 7.
All right.
No,
So I do 3-tier. I do
think about it.
3-tier
Now
reviews, folks.
I mentioned about it. I you talked to Kimberly a while ago.
Okay.
So I do
Yeah,
3-tier.
okay.
First one is objective standard. I'm removing my bias.
Okay.
5 out of 10. That's a fail. The CGI does not age well. The writing is atrocious.
That's
and
true. It did.
The acting
It did not.
is insanely exaggerated. However, it had a good story. It had good action, and it's for the kids. So it gets the 5. It gets up to 5. Subjective. I'm a Power Rangers fan, folks.
Yes.
I will not take off as many points for all of that as I did for objective. It would get an 8 out of 10. Or 7.5 to an 8 out of 10. Because Ivan Ooze,
I was thinking 8.
You got it. Yeah, 8 out of 10. Ivan Ooze, man. Moviegoer, where I'm not breaking it down. I'm going strictly by entertainment value alone. That movie is a 20 out of 10. Because frickin' Ivan Ooze is the best fucking thing ever.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, exactly. But Kamen Rider puts up another good point here in the chat here, and I actually agree with him. I need to put more Tokusatsu stuff on my channel. Yeah. I want to probably do maybe like a review. I mean, I still probably would like to do reviews of different Power Ranger seasons, and eventually the only Kamen Rider show I can say I've watched was Kamen Rider Dragon Knight. I need to find like the Japanese like shows. I gotta find them subtitled out there. I need like the actual like TV Nihon subs. Those are like probably the most accurate subs of those different things. But it's hard. But those are hard to find. Those are very hard to find out there. And I don't want to risk going on the high seas to try to find them.
I know. I mentioned a while ago that there was like a few stuntmen and stuntwomen that was a part of the Power Ranger franchise. Quick shout out to a certain YouTuber who actually has a channel called Omniforce. I forgot the guy, but back last year I did manage to meet with one of the stuntmen, Eric Betts. And that being said, if I can just have this like blown up here.
Whoa, cool. That's amazing.
So yeah, these guys this was from an old show called WMAC Masters, and that, as you can sort of see, that's Eric Betts over on that end. Then you got another character, Olympus, played by Herb Barris, and then right next to him, Ho-Sung Pak. For fans who are familiar with, I guess I could say a few things regarding pop culture.
Yeah,
Ho-Sung Pak was actually the stunt double as well as the model for when they were doing Mortal Kombat, the video game.
For Liu Kang. Liu Kang. Yeah.
And Eric Betts, he was actually the stand-in for Steve Cardenas and JDF. So not only was he doing those, but he also did the putties. And I actually had like the longest chat with Mr. Betts last year. Roughly 20 minutes on about like some behind the scenes stuff. And he explained to me how JDF actually was the one who taught Trini set with regards to the basic martial arts, because he was showing me a poster with Twee facing him. He was dressed as the putty, and he kind of gave me the backstory from that.
Nice. That is really okay. That's a little crazy to do. This is awkward. I mean, we need it. We really want to wrap this up and put it exactly near the 2-hour mark here. But yeah, since this isn't our channels, but
Yeah.
Again, this was a very fun discussion. I'm glad I was on board with all of it. Thankfully, I actually got the chance. But to anyone who's still watching, I want to let everybody know I've been doing I'm planning on doing a Let's Play of Mass Effect, the Legendary Edition. It'll be starting tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central Time. So come check it out on my channel at JetSparks373. You can find me on Twitter and all my other social links, which I put in the private chat before the stream started.
Yep. And I shared out his link tree so you guys can check it out. Sorry about that. We're getting some weather around here that's screwing up stuff. Sorry. Did you plug yourself, Pierre? You gave yourself a plug? All right. Well, folks,
Yeah,
you can always find... All right. You can always find me right here. I also do guest choice reviews where if you want to discuss a show or a movie, rather, you can hit me up on Twitter or Instagram or even Facebook if you're friends with me over there. And you could choose the movie, the time, and the date. Try to make it a movie that we would all enjoy, both parties. And we'll hash it out. And I also do mystery reviews on Tuesday. This next Tuesday, all my mystery reviews are now in the afternoon at 2:30 in the afternoon, because that way I'm not competing with my buddies from Australia. So yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you to Pierre for recommending this movie. Thank you, Jet Sparks, for joining. And make sure that you sub to these guys. They can always use more subs. Everybody can use more subs. I need the watch hours is what I need. But thank you so much for that, folks. You all have a wonderful day. You're all amazing and beautiful people. Thank you to Jack of All Casuals, Neozoic, Kamen Rider. Who else? Scrolling up. Colt Classic Cage, Neozoic, I already mentioned. Lady Beatrice. And many others. Becky Browand, Vanja. And I believe that is all that have stopped in. But thank you so much for those who stopped in. Y'all have a wonderful night. And always remember, stay humble. And it's Morphin time.